Hi, everybody. Thanks for clicking on my Weather Geek report here for Monday. We have lots to talk about. We've got the chance for some severe weather here in Ohio in what appears to be the setup of a significant tornado outbreak down across the plains. So let's get right over to the maps, and we're going to begin first with today's severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Notice the yellow there across the Great Lakes, Lake Michigan, near Chicago and Milwaukee. That's a slight risk for severe weather, and we make note of this because some of these storms are going to try to reach down into Ohio here late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Right now, I think they're going to weaken significantly before they get here. I do not anticipate any severe weather here tonight, at least in Ohio. The area that could see some severe weather tonight is right back here near Chicago. You can see these storms setting up. There is a severe thunderstorm watch back this way. Right now, damaging winds appear to be the primary threat. Again, storms near Chicago tonight. They come our way with maybe a thunderstorm or some rain for your morning rush hour tomorrow. So that's the impact for us from this particular storm system. All right, tomorrow, a different story. You'll notice here we do have a marginal risk of severe weather across Ohio. So that extends basically south of Columbus, primarily along the Ohio River. And you can't help but notice this. We have been talking about this quite a bit. A significant outbreak of severe weather back here across Kansas, into Oklahoma, into northern Texas as well. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's first concentrate on Ohio and what's going to happen here. The setup, storms work their way through here tomorrow morning. Then the actual cold front's right here as it presses its way to the south. We're going to see some more storms break out as we get into the afternoon hours. Right now, I think the farther south they go, the stronger they could be. But just to give you an idea, this is 6 p.m., so that kind of puts that in perspective. That's 6 p.m., that's when I think this starts going. And it looks like the storms will form along Interstate 70. They will work their way south. About the time they get their way down into southern Ohio, sometime between maybe 9 and midnight, there could be a couple close to severe storms. And they're going to kind of be marginal whether or not we see severe weather or not. But we want to let you know that possibility exists. Certainly, if you have outdoor plans tomorrow, count on showers and thunderstorms early in the morning with that stuff back around Chicago, Milwaukee now, and then redeveloping during the afternoon after 4 or 5 o'clock in Columbus, and then towards midnight, the storms rolling into southern Ohio. But the big story tomorrow is going to be what's going on out west. You see here, this is the WRF model, which is from NAM. And this is showing here across Oklahoma and Texas the reflectivity, some very strong thunderstorms breaking out. And when we start to break down and really get into what's going on here, you can see, first off, the dew points are off the charts, over 70 degrees. You've got a dry line here that's working through Kansas, working through Oklahoma and Texas. We don't get a lot of dry lines in Ohio, but boy, these can really act to force a quick lift, a rapidly rising storm system. And that's how you can start to get these storms that go into supercells. All right, let's look at some of the parameters here. This is the CAPE. We've been talking about this. This is a measure of how much energy is in the atmosphere. And this is very, very high down across Oklahoma, especially here around the Oklahoma City area, where the CAPE is upwards of between 4 and about 5,000 joules per kilogram. So this is super duper high. And what happens? Again, this is that energy you need for the storms to go. So the primary threat is going to be damaging winds and tornadoes tomorrow. And this is the significant tornado parameter. And what we're looking at here is if there's an outbreak, I think it's going to be right here north of Oklahoma City, into northern Oklahoma, and into southern Kansas. I'm going to closely be monitoring this tomorrow. There are a number of storm chasers from Ohio who are traveling down into the Plain States. We'll be checking out their pictures. I'll be sharing those on Facebook. But again, this could be a significant tornado outbreak tomorrow across Oklahoma and Kansas. I'll keep you updated. The Weather Geek Report drops in your Facebook timeline at 7 a.m. in the morning. And of course, if you're watching TV, I hope you'll turn on 10 TV News. My forecast at 5, 5:30, 6, and 11. We're at 10tv.com. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere just to keep you ahead of the weather.